Well, hello there, and welcome back to our cozy little corner of the world. Today is a bright and beautiful day, the kind of day that just makes you want to pour a tall glass of sweet tea, pull up a comfortable rocking chair on the front porch, and dive into some good old-fashioned gossip. I am absolutely thrilled to sit down with you all today and unpack the latest happenings. I have to tell you, my heart has been fluttering with so much excitement lately because we are standing right in the middle of a truly historic moment in Port Charles. Can you believe we have reached the 16,000th episode of our beloved General Hospital? Goodness gracious. It feels like just yesterday we were first getting to know these families. The absolute center of my attention right now is the long-awaited return of our dear Jason Morgan. Oh, the trials and tribulations that man has been through just break my heart. After being held captive by the WSB, Jason has finally made his way back home, but he is not the exact same man who left us. He is doing a whole lot of soul searching, making the monumental decision to step away from the dangerous mob life to focus purely on his family. Now, let me paint a picture for you of a scene that just had me leaning so close to my television screen I almost bumped my nose on the glass. Jason was walking through the familiar, bustling, brightly lit corridors of General Hospital when he suddenly stopped dead in his tracks. He caught sight of Britt Westbourne engaged in what looked like a very intense, spirited conversation with the newest addition to the hospital staff, Dr. Tristan Roberts. I watched Jason's eyes narrow, and you could practically see the gears turning in his head as he stood there in the shadows. He was watching them so closely, trying to figure out the exact dynamic between this fiery woman he cares for and this mysterious new surgeon who just arrived in town. It was one of those quiet, intensely observant moments that Jason is so famous for, and it sent a thrill right down my spine because I knew a storm was coming. Let us take a moment to talk about our girl Britt. Bless her heart, she has built so many tall, thick walls around her emotions over the years, and for good reason. She has been hurt, she has been betrayed, and she has had to fight tooth and nail for every ounce of respect she has earned at that hospital. When Tristan first arrived on the scene, Britt immediately put her guard up, and the two of them have been clashing like thunder and lightning ever since. It is that classic, wonderful tension where they just cannot seem to stand each other, but you can feel the undeniable spark of attraction simmering right underneath the surface. And then there is Dr. Tristan Roberts. I must admit, when he first walked into the hospital, I thought to myself, well, aren't you a tall drink of water? He seems like a genuinely good man on the surface, a promising surgeon who wants to do right by his patients. But ladies, we all know that nobody arrives in Port Charles without a few skeletons rattling around in their closet. Tristan has this quiet intensity about him, a sense that he is running from something in his past and desperately seeking a fresh start. His constant bickering with Britt is pulling him right into the hospital's daily drama, and you just know there is so much more to his story than meets the eye. Here is where the story gets so juicy, I can hardly contain myself. We, as the devoted audience, know a massive secret that Britt is completely in the dark about. Jason and Tristan already know each other, and their connection is profound. Back during that monumental 16,000th episode, we learned that it was actually Tristan who helped Jason secure his freedom from the clutches of the WSB. They actually shared a private plane ride back to Port Charles. Imagine that. The stoic, hardened Jason Morgan and this brand new hotshot doctor sitting across from each other high above the clouds, sharing a secret bond that ties their fates together. I keep replaying that moment on the airplane in my mind because it was so incredibly powerful. Tristan looked at Jason, assured him that he had promised to get him home safely, and confirmed that there would be a car waiting for him upon landing. Then, Tristan extended his hand, shook Jason's hand firmly, and told him to go and enjoy the rest of his life. That simple phrase just brought tears to my eyes. For a man like Jason, who has spent his entire adult life fighting, bleeding, and sacrificing for others, being told to simply go and enjoy his life is a profound gift. It shows that Tristan is a man of honor, but it also makes me wonder what he had to do to secure that freedom. Because of this deep, hidden connection, Jason feels a strong sense of responsibility and perhaps a bit of protective instinct when he sees Tristan and Britt together. He is watching them bicker and banter, and he realizes that he needs to find out exactly how much Britt knows about this new doctor. Jason is not the type of man to just let things unfold without having all the facts. He wants to protect Britt, to ensure that she is not getting tangled up with a man who might bring danger to her doorstep. I can just feel the tension building as Jason quietly investigates piecing together the puzzle of Tristan's life at the hospital. I am practically sitting on the edge of my seat waiting for the inevitable moment when the truth finally comes out. Can you even imagine the look of absolute shock that is going to wash over Britt's face when Jason sits her down and confesses the truth? She is going to be absolutely floored to learn that the arrogant, frustrating doctor she has been fighting with in the hospital corridors is the very same man who brought her dear friend Jason back from the brink of despair. It is going to turn her entire world upside down, and it might just force her to look at Tristan in a completely different, much softer light. What we have brewing here, my friends, is the foundation for a truly spectacular love triangle, and I am entirely here for it. On one side, you have Jason, the steady, loyal protector who shares a deep, complicated, and incredibly emotional history with Britt. On the other side, you have Tristan, the mysterious, charming newcomer who challenges Britt and matches her fiery temper step for step, never backing down from a fight. And caught right in the middle is our fierce, beautiful Britt, trying to navigate her own complicated feelings while running a hospital department. Will she lean toward the safety and familiarity of Jason, a man she knows she can trust with her life? Or will she be swept away by the thrilling, unpredictable energy of Tristan? It is a classic romantic dilemma. But let us not forget about Tristan's hidden past, because you can bet your bottom dollar that it is going to catch up with him sooner rather than later. A man does not just casually arrange a private plane and secure the release of a high-profile prisoner from a shadowy government organization without having some serious connections of his own. Tristan came to our town looking for a fresh start, trying to bury whatever dark deeds or dangerous associations he left behind. But in Port Charles, the past never stays buried for long. He is going to bump into familiar faces, people who know exactly who he used to be. When that storm finally hits, there is absolutely no doubt in my mind that Jason and Britt are going to be dragged right into the thick of it. Jason owes Tristan a life debt, and Jason Morgan is not a man who ever forgets a debt. If Tristan finds himself in trouble, Jason will step up to the plate, mob ties or no mob ties. And Britt, with her stubborn loyalty and her growing feelings, will refuse to be left on the sidelines. The three of them are going to be inextricably linked, facing down whatever dangers come knocking at Tristan's door. It is going to be a thrilling, dangerous ride. Adding fuel to this already blazing fire is the shocking new reality Jason is facing regarding the control of the criminal underworld he is trying so desperately to leave behind. As Jason tries to establish his new, peaceful life, he is being hit with stunning revelations about who is really pulling the strings now. The power dynamics in town are shifting, and this new control is sending shockwaves through Jason's world. If Tristan's past is somehow connected to this new web of power, the stakes are going to be raised higher than ever before. Jason is trying to walk away from the darkness, but the darkness has a funny way of pulling you back in. I have to ask you, my lovely friends, how are you feeling about all of this unfolding drama? What is your read on this Dr. Tristan Roberts so far? Do you look into those handsome eyes and see a good man who just needs a little grace, a little patience, and a fresh start in a new town? Or do you sense that he is hiding something far more sinister behind that charming smile? And what about our girl Britt? Do you see the potential for a grand, sweeping romance between her and Tristan, a love story born from their initial fiery clashes and stubborn arguments? Or do you firmly believe that she belongs with Jason, the man who has always been her rock in times of trouble and heartache? I would absolutely love to hear your thoughts on this. As we look ahead to the coming weeks, I suggest you keep your tissues handy and your eyes glued to the screen. The drama is unfolding beautifully. The secrets are simmering just below the surface, and the emotional payoffs are going to be absolutely spectacular. I am going to be right here, watching every single moment, analyzing every stolen glance, and eagerly waiting to share it all with you again. Until next time, take care of yourselves, hug your loved ones a little tighter, and never forget how wonderful it is to share these beautiful, captivating stories together.